on this side of you. Let's see. All right, Marissa, we're testing. Can you test that link for me? All right, we're testing. I've got my little cheat sheet that I had to handwrite because I don't have anyone's name.
You're official. I like it.
Yeah, it's very official. I also had to hand fill in that whole like roster thing. Usually you bring like stickers or something to make your life easier. No, my life's not going to be easier. Okay. We're waiting for some confirmation to see if we have our stream up. It's green, so usually that means that we're up. Skaters are just taking the ice right now. Will you ask Ray to see if he can share Marissa's phone number with you? Hey! I know, I'm so sad not to see Patty. Oh, she does. All right. All right, well, she's going to have to take me out for my birthday then. Oh, good, we're good. Okay, well, if she wants to watch at home, or, well, I guess she's working.
No, she's...
All right, well, there should be a link, so. Hi, Pably. I miss you. You should be able to click on the link and it should take you to the screen, hopefully. I'm live right now, so it should take you right now. It should be on the sports engine on that sideline link. Will you ask her if she can confirm that she can see and hear me? I don't know where the microphone went. You can see. Oh, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess we can get started. I feel like there's like nobody here. All right, we're in this big giant arena at Weber College here in Ogden, Utah, for your first tournament of the Ice Warriors 18UAA tournament. So we're actually starting off our tournament this weekend with another Las Vegas team. So good thing we came all this way to play some of our fellow Las Vegas friends. We're playing the Sin City Rattlers today. We have a really short bench to start here. We only have 2 lines, so that should make memorizing the new names a little bit easier for me. So, and if I say anyone's name and I butcher it, then please just forgive me. Some of them I might use first names because they look a little easier. Like Nico, I think I might use the first name. Bacosa, maybe? It also is a bit of a struggle. Some players have different numbers on today, and there is no names on the back of these jerseys. So, Nico B. Okay, Nico B. All right, I like that. That makes my life easy. I'll take anything to make my life a little bit easier, for sure. All right, we have a really nice view from this arena. That's it. we have 2 lines. That looks hard.
No Bubba?
No. TJ's out, Bubba's out. We're missing a lot of our friends here today, which is going to make it quite the challenge. We're here on Olympic ice, so the ice is a lot wider and a little bit deeper behind the net. We're still waiting on the other team. I know they're here. I've seen some of the local friend parents around. So, all right, now they're getting paged. No, we're just gonna hang out. It's always good when they didn't get the memo that we can start early. Maybe they're having a little pep talk, but we are about I don't know, what time is it? We are a little bit early. 1:54. Okay, so we're only about 6 minutes early. So not too much. Usually you would expect them to be out on the ice to get warmed up, but we'll see. We're going to start out with some music. And like I was saying, we have Olympic size ice here at the Weber County Arena. So we have that. Also, only 2 lines of forwards and defensemen, I believe, and the altitude to help us out too. So this team is for sure going to get a workout. They're going to start warming up here shortly. Our goalie in net today is going to be Jackson Burgess. I do know that. Trevor Burgess also is helping with the camera, so I appreciate that. All right, we do have a team. All right, the Sin City Rattlers making their way on the ice. All right, looks like your starting lineup is going to be Tate Lavelle, Aiden Wood, and I believe that's going to be Ethan Smith in the middle. Tyler Spencer out on defense, along with Sully Anderson. Oh, Patty, I love that. Man, these guys have made it big. They're on big screen TVs all the way in Las Vegas. Is that like a sports book? Are we taking bets on that? I'm just kidding. I mean, we got 2 Las Vegas teams here, so yeah, we'll see. This is going to be a tough game. I know they have some talent on the other side of the ice as well. So, hey, look, their bench is maybe a little bit deeper, but not too much. So we'll see how they all hold up here. We do have 2 games. We have another game earlier this evening. I believe it's at 6:45 Pacific time. I'd have to double check, so don't quote me on that. All right, Anderson, Spencer on the defense. Lavelle, Smith. Oh, this is going to be real tricky. All right, it's going to go back to Lavelle. Smith is going to bring it in. Smith bringing in the offensive zone. He takes a shot, knocked away by the goalie. Sin City's going to send it. It's going to go ricochet right on net. Knocked away by Burgess. Spencer with the puck. Spencer's number 22 today. He's going to pass it up to 81. Aiden Wood. Wood's going to send it to Smith. Smith over to Spencer. Spencer's going to take a shot. Saved by the goalie. All right, we're going to have a line change. Maybe. Partial line change. Looks like defense is going to hang on a little bit longer. Spencer and Anderson. And then it looks like we're going to have Sclafani, Diaz, and Glover out on the ice. It's going to go back towards Anderson. Anderson knocks it, gets behind him. Spencer's going to chase it behind the net. Spencer's going to skate it up. Anderson going with it. Spencer's going to send it real high. Lucky bounce into the corner. Sclafani's going to get it. Goes back to Anderson, who keeps it in. Back to Sclafani again. Back to Anderson. Anderson just loses it. It's going to be picked up by Glover. Glover keeps it in. Diaz is going to try to get it. Back to Anderson. Anderson's going to fire it into the corner. Diaz is going to chase it down. Glover's going to go in back. Glover takes a shot, knocked away by Sin City. It's going to go over to Anderson. Anderson's going to fire a shot. It goes left of the net. Diaz takes a shot and a goal. I believe that's, I don't know if that was assisted by Sclafani. I didn't even see that one sneak in. That's going to be your Ice Warriors' first goal. I just realized we have 2 Smiths. We have Ethan Smith and Philip Smith. So I'll just need to make sure I clarify which Smith we got. All right, looks like we have Nico B. Tate Lavelle. Philip Smith is out. Defense has changed. It's gonna be number 13, Commons, and can't see who that is. All right, Commons gonna send it in. Number 75 sends it to the net, knocked away. Tate Lavelle with the puck. He gets it over to the net. That's going to be blocked by the goalie. All right, okay, so 13 is going to be Matthew Cummins. 20. I can't see who that is. Nico B knocks it around the corner. 16, Lavelle's going to chase it behind the net. Lavelle still with the puck. Nico B goes to chase it down. Sin City's trying to get it out. They get a cross-ice pass. Goes around Philip Smith. We got Matthew Cummins putting some pressure on. We're going to have a quick line change. That's going to be 26. Tries to get it to the net. I believe we're going to have a offside. Oh, too many players on the ice. It's going to take me just a little bit to get some of these numbers down. They also don't have names on the back of their jerseys, so I'm trying to remember some of them. By the next game, I should be better. All right, Ethan Smith coming out, as well as 81. Nope. Aiden Wood going back to the bench. Nope, just kidding. He's turning around. Aiden Wood coming back out. Spencer and Anderson on defense. Ethan Smith's taking the face off, and I will let you know as soon as I can see that number on who else is on the ice. I'm not sure what we're all. Score is 1-0, 11:15 left of the first period. It's going to go back towards... Oh, we're going to have 81 with a hit. We're going to have a penalty. He's going to call that a high hit on Aiden Wood. All right, we're going to be on our first penalty kill. Didn't look exactly like a high hit. All right, that looks like Diaz coming out on the ice. Spencer Anderson. I think that is still going to be Ethan Smith taking your face off. Uh-oh, are we going to have a, a 2 and a 10? Really? All right, we got another skater skating over to the bench. They're going to call that I guess that's going to be a 2 and a 10. Head contact is the only kind of motion I saw there. All right, Ethan Smith takes the faceoff, goes back to Anderson. Anderson's going to bring it behind the net. He's going to, for his pass, he gets it up to Ethan Smith, who knocks it deep. I think that went out, yeah. I just got to be careful. I always forget the rinks that don't have the net in front of us. You're like, oh, the net's going to stop it. And then all of a sudden the net doesn't stop it. All right, sticking with the same lineup. Diaz, Spencer, Ethan Smith, and Anderson. Anderson with the puck. He's going to send it high and flying. Diaz is going to chase it down. He's going to try to win that brace. We're going to have a icing call. So some tournaments they have no icing on penalties, and some they do, but we're just going to try to keep icing it, chipping away at that penalty. 1 minute, 8 seconds left of the penalty, 10:43 left of the period. All right, Radler's going to take the puck. It gets knocked into center ice. Radler's going to chase it down. We're looking for a pass with Diaz putting some pressure on. That's going back towards Spencer. Spencer's going to take an angle. They get a shot knocked away by Spencer. Spencer battling in the corner. Spencer's going to take the puck. He's going to skate it in. He dumps it. He takes a strong shot, knocked away by the goalie. It was on net. Goes back towards Ethan Smith. Back to Spencer. Back to Anderson. Anderson chips it in. That's going to be delayed offsides. We reset. Sin City's going to take it. They're going to bring it up. They try to knock it in. They get around Ethan Smith. Goes back the other direction to our offensive zone. Anderson's going to chase it into the corner. Anderson able to knock him off the puck. Anderson looking for the pass. He's going to send it to number 26. 26 tries to get a shot. 26. I don't have a 26. 26 is going to take a shot. Goes back to Sclafani. Sclafani out on the ice. Anderson's going to chase it into the corner along with Glover and number 9. Okay, Sclafani is number 9. Goes back to, I'm not sure who 26 is. All right, it's going to go. That's going to be an icing. Can you pull up the can you pull up our roster and tell me who number 26 is? All right, Radlers take a shot. We got Sclafani, Tate Lavelle. Tate brings it over, goes over to Glover. We have number 13 and 26 on defense. 26 knocks it away. 13 is going to be Cummins. 26 with, Robbins. That's got to be just Robbins. Maybe. Maybe he has a different number on. All right, Matthew Cummins has the puck. He sends it to neutral ice. It's going to be picked up by the by Sin City, but that's going to be offsides.
There's no 26 listed.
Okay, there's no 26 left. I'm going to say that's Justin Robbins because he is supposed to be number 12 from what I have written down, but I don't see a number 12 on here. So I think that's going to be him. I'll have to look. All right, we have Nico B, number 76, Philip Smith out there. Glover is in front of the net. Anderson behind the net. Radlers have it behind the net. They try to get it off, but Spencer is going to be able to knock it away. We got Nico B out there. He's going to the net. Ethan Smith is going into the corner. Spencer putting some pressure on. Spencer battling in the corner. Anderson coming for support. Spencer's going to come away with it. He knocks it around the boards. Over to Nico B. Radlers pick it up. They try to get it out, but it's going to be picked up by Nico. Radler's going to intercept that pass. They send it all the way to center ice. It's going to come towards Spencer. They send it back into the corner, chased down by Philip Smith. Anderson. It's in front of the net. Spencer able to knock that away. They keep it in. They get another shot, knocked away again. Anderson and Spencer on defense. Ethan Smith there. That's going to be picked up by Anderson. Anderson sends it up, tries to get it to Ethan Smith. That's going to be chased down by Philip Smith. Philip Smith battling in the boards. Sclafani coming out. Matthew Cummins out. Let's see, we're getting fresh legs out here. Sclafani sends it around the boards. Diaz out on as well as 16. 26, Robbins, I believe that's Robbins, sends it back into the corner. Matthew Cummins sends it around the boards, goes over to Tate Lavelle. Tate Lavelle delivers a hit. I'm going to send it around the boards. We have another hit there. Getting a little frisky out there. 13 delivering a hit. We're going to get it up to center ice to Sclafani. Sclafani's going to bring it in. Lavelle there too. Diaz on the ice. Matthew Cummins battling for the puck. He's got it on the boards. He does a great job centering. Robbins hits it towards the net. It's going to be in the corner with Lavelle. Radlers try to get it out. They do. Robbins sends it back in. We're going to have a delayed offsides by the Radlers reset. Radler's picking up some speed. Trying to get it slowed down. They just mishandled the puck. Robbins is going to pick it up. Robbins brings it center ice. Got a couple people down over here. It's going to be picked up by Lavelle. Lavelle's going to bring it in. He tries to get a shot. It deflects off the Radler's skate. They get it up. Spencer dumps it in. Does a little turnaround spin. All right, Radler's trying to reset while we get a quick change. They get their pass knocked away by Ethan Smith. No, number 7, Nico B. All right, Anderson in the corner. Anderson's going to bring it back behind the boards, taken away by the Radlers. That's going to be picked up by Spencer. Spencer's going to bring it in and power through. He sends it into the corners. Still putting pressure, 22 on 22 there. We're going to have a little bit of a race. Radlers looking for a pass. They're going to send it all the way. They wave off the icing. Spencer's going to bring it behind the boards. He sends it over to Smith, I believe. Up to Glover, excuse me. All right, Radler's going to come away. They get around Spencer. They get a pass. They don't connect that pass. That's going to go up to Smith. That's going to be an offsides. All right. Philip Smith was out there too. All right, Philip Smith is going to be out there. All right, let's see. Philip Smith taking the face off. No, never mind. Philip Smith out there. He knocks it into center ice. That was Tate Lavelle with the face off. Sclafani out as well. It's going to go to Lavelle. Gets back around our defense. That's going to be a 4-on-1, basically. They get a pass. Good setup there by the Rattlers. That's going to tie the game for now, 1-1 with 3:24 left of the first period. All right, we have, I think that's Robbins and Cummins out on defense. Sclafani, Tate Lavelle taking the face off. Maybe Kyle Diaz. I'm trying to read the numbers. Can't quite see them, and I don't know the players all together just yet. That was so Kyle Diaz out there. Rattler's going to send it around. Cummins trying to slow it down. Lavelle chasing it down in the corner. Lavelle's going to send it around the boards. Diaz trying to get there. Robbins tries to get a stick in there. Cummins at the net, knocks it away. Diaz tries to get it out. He does. Rattler's in center ice trying to reset. They get a pass off. They're going to bring it in towards Robbins. They get it behind the net to Lavelle. Lavelle and Sclafani in the corner. Rattlers come away with it. They get a good center, but doesn't connect that pass. Diaz in the corner. That's going to be knocked away by Robbins. They get another shot covered up by by Burgess. What? Oh yeah, they haven't. Yeah, they did. I don't know why they haven't put the score up on the scoreboard for whatever reason. It's okay with us, but I believe it's a tie right now. We have Spencer Anderson out on defense. That's going to be Ethan Smith, Glover, and I believe that's Nico B out there. All right, Glover's going to go into the corner. Nico's going to chase it down. Anderson's going to throw a big body. He sends the Rattlers into the boards. Spencer tries to knock it away. It's picked up by Ethan Smith. Goes over to Nico B, tries to get it out. He almost does. Glover tries to get it out, goes right into our bench. All right, looks like we got same lineup. Nico B, Ethan Smith, and William Glover. Tyler Spencer, Sully Anderson out on the ice right now. Ethan Smith takes the face-off. Rattler sent it around the boards, goes over to Anderson. Anderson sends it high and out. He takes a big hit. All right, that's going to go back to Spencer in neutral ice. Spencer sends it high. They're going to wave off icing. All right. It's Ethan Smith in the corner. It's at his feet. He's looking to pass it back to Glover, I believe. It's going to go back to Spencer. Spencer's going to take a... Nope, he knocks it into the corner to Glover. Glover trying to keep control of it. He passes it over to Ethan Smith. It's going to go back to Spencer. Spencer's going to send it back around the boards to Diaz. Diaz with the puck. Tries to get it to defense. No one's there right there. Spencer's going to chase it back. Rattler's going to get a line change. He's going to get it to Anderson. Doesn't connect that pass. Diaz going to chase it behind the net. He's able to knock the Rattlers off the puck. He gets it. Rattlers take control of it there. It's going to go back towards Spencer, knocked by his feet. He sends it high. That's going to go back into the corner. That's going to be icing. So far, a pretty fast-paced game where it looks like they've turned it up since they initially started. The Rattlers turned it up. They did correct the board also. 44 seconds left of the first period. Score is 1-1. That is going to be, I believe it's going to be Lavelle taking the face-off. Robbins out. Good save by Burgess there. We got Robbins and Cummins out on defense. 70s. And then Philip Smith also out on the ice. All right, that's going to be tried to push back by Cummins. That's going to be knocked away. Burgess is going to try to cover that. All right, Burgess doing a good job keeping that out of the net that round. We got Philip Smith out there. Tate Lavelle taking the face-off. Radler's knocked around the boards. Cummins is going to chase it down. That's going to be another save by Burgess. All right, we got the music turned up here. 23 seconds left of the first period. Lavelle again taking the face-off. Radler's going to get it out. That was a nice setup for them. Good, they missed the net there, though. We got Sclafani out there, number 13 with the puck. He's going to send it around to Sclafani. Sclafani tries to get it up to Lavelle. Lavelle's going to chase it down. That's going to be an icing. All right, we're going to reset for this last 5.6 seconds of the first period with a tie. We do still have Aiden Wood in the box. Hopefully, he'll be finishing up his time in the sin bin there. All right, Lavelle again with the face-off. Philip Smith out on the ice. Sclafani. Rattlers get it out. They take another shot, and that's going to be the buzzer. All right, we're going to take it as a tie at the end of this. All right, I got to update my score sheet. I wasn't cold when I first got in here, and now I'm like shivering practically. My hands are cold. All right, hopefully we stay fired up this second period.
Borrow your other half's beer?
Yes, I know. I'm substituting today. I'm a substitute commentator. For those of you who don't know, I'm not your standard. All right, get settled in here. The second period, 14 minutes for this period. I'm curious, they don't keep that 10-minute time clock up anywhere, so it looks like Aiden Wood is communicating with the scorekeeper to figure out a plan. So we'll see. Ethan Smith is going to take the face-off. Diaz, Sclafani, Spencer, and Anderson out on defense. All right, Rattler's going to bring it in. It's going to come back towards Spencer. It gets around Spencer. Goes back to Anderson. Spencer's going to go into the corner. Rattlers get a shot off. That's going to be a great save by Burgess. I wasn't quite sure if he was able to stop that with his pads or not, but he was able to keep that out. All right, Ethan Smith again taking the face-off. It's going to go back to Spencer. Spencer goes around the ref. Anderson able to get it up to Sclafani. Sclafani kicks it up. He tries to dump it in. Ethan Smith's going to put some pressure. They're crashing the net. Ethan Smith just loses it. Goes back towards Spencer. Ethan Smith Sclafani putting some pressure on. Spencer able to get a stick in there. Spencer looking to put some pressure. Ethan Smith gets around him. It's going to go back behind the boards, picked up by Spencer. Spencer looking for the pass. He gets it up to Diaz. Diaz is going to send it into neutral ice. It's going to be picked up by the Rattlers. All right. Tipped in. That's going to be no icing. Spencer's going to chase that down in the corner. He sends it around the boards over to Sclafani. Sclafani takes a hit, gets knocked off the puck. Rattlers try to get it centered, intercepted by Anderson. Anderson's going to bring it in. Anderson's still battling. He's going to take it all the way to the net. Hopefully he can get a pass or a shot. Anderson's still with the puck. He looks for a pass, but just gets intercepted by the Rattlers. Looks like Robbins is going to send that to neutral ice for Glover. Lavelle out on the ice. Diaz, I think, trying to get off the ice. Lavelle putting some pressure on. Goes back to Robbins. Robbins is going to look for the pass. He tries to get it over to Nico B. Radler's able to get it out. It's going to be at Anderson's feet. Radler's knocking in. Robbins is going to chase it down. Robbins is going to skate it through. He gets a pass off to Nico. It's just going to go into the corner. It's going to go back behind the boards. Goes back towards Anderson. Anderson keeps it in back towards the boards. Over to Glover. Back to Anderson. And just gets around Anderson. It's going to be back to Robbins. Robbins putting some pressure on there. Goes back to Nico. Nico able to get it out into center ice. Chased down by Glover. Glover kicks it in. Goes back to the Rattlers. Lavelle giving a hit there. Back to Glover again. Rattlers get it to neutral ice. Robbins is going to knock it in the corner. It's going to go back behind the boards. The Rattlers are going to send it around. We got Philip Smith out on the ice. It's going to go back towards Robbins. Robbins is going to pick it up. Looking for the pass. He gets it to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith picking up some speed. Putting on the pressure. He gets tripped. We're going to have our first power play. And it looks like we do have Aiden Wood coming back out on the ice. All right. Hopefully he's refreshed and relaxed from his time. Ethan Smith drawing a penalty there. So the Sin City Rattlers are going to go in the box for 1 minute 30 seconds for tripping. We're going to be on our first power play. We have Spencer Anderson out on defense, Tate Lavelle, Ethan Smith, and Vincent Sclafani out on the ice. Rattlers able to knock it out. No icing. It's going to be picked up by Anderson. Anderson's going to chip it forward. We're all kind of grouped up on the same. They get a strong shot. Burgess ready for that one. It's going to be picked up by Sclafani. He tips it over to Ethan Smith. Gets away, knocked away from Ethan Smith. Goes back to Smith. They're going to get it centered. That's going to be sent high. Anderson with the puck. He's looking for the pass. He gets it to Smith. That was a little tricky little move. They try to get a shot. It's going to be picked up by Smith. Drop back past Sclafani to Anderson. Anderson over to Lavelle. It's going to go back to Spencer. Just gets around Spencer. Anderson trying to put some defense on. It's going to be picked up by Spencer. Spencer's going to get a pass. Goes over to Sclafani. Sclafani and Lavelle dump it in. Sclafani's going to chase it. It's going to go back to 16. Oh, he's going to take a shot. Almost through the 5-hole. Knocked, blocked by the goalie. Goes back to Spencer. Spencer's going to chip it into the corner. Penalty is over. Anderson and Spencer, they're looking through. That Radlers player are able to get a shot off. A good save by Burgess. All right, 8:50 left of the second period. Diaz, let's see, Robbins. I believe that's going to be Cummings. Can't read any of the other numbers, so we'll have to wait and see. Quite. Looks like that was Glover taking the face off. Aiden Wood out on the ice. All right, it's going to go back towards Robbins. Radlers with the puck. Diaz going to put some pressure on, along with Glover. Glover knocks the puck away. Wood in the corner. He puts a body on. Goes back to Diaz. Diaz looking for the pass. Pass gets intercepted. He was looking. Oh, I'm sorry. He was looking for Aiden Wood. All right, goes back to Cummings. Glover back there in the corner. Radler's going to come away with it. They get a center and they get a goal. That's going to be the Radlers' second goal. Eight minutes, 2 seconds left of the second period. That's going to bring your score, the Sin City Radlers 2 and your Ice Warriors 1. One thing nice the Radlers have done well is setting up those passes to get to their center. All right, we're going to reset. Looks like we're going to have Philip Smith out. Tate Lavelle was taking the face-off. Nico B. chasing, putting some pressure on. That's going to go over to Philip Smith. Goes over to Tate Lavelle. Lavelle battling in the corner. We still have Robbins and Cummings out on defense. All right, Nico battling in the corner. He comes away with it, tries to get the pass off, but just loses it. It's going to go back towards Cummings. Gets around him. Philip Smith is going to chase it into the corner. It's going to be picked up by Cummings. We got a whole pile up in the corner. Everyone's getting up, though. All right. Good little interception by Robbins there. Robbins gets it centered to the net. That's going to be covered by the goalie. Thought it was going to get tipped in by Lavelle there, but good job. Good save by the goalie there. All right, Spencer and Anderson coming out. We have Glover, Ethan Smith. Not sure who else. Maybe Sclafani. Let's see. Yep, Sclafani. All right, goes back towards Anderson. Just gets around him. That's going to be a 3-on-1 with Spencer. Spencer trying to put some pressure on. He able to recover the puck. Great job by Spencer there. Anderson chasing it. We do have probably maybe an offsides? Nope, maybe a penalty. Looks like, all right, we're going to have whatever the fist signal penalty is. So I'll let you guys all Google that for me. All right, so your Ice Warriors are going to go on your power play again. Sin City Radler is going to spend the next minute 30 in the box. Looks like you're going to keep Spencer and Anderson on defense. It's going to be Tate Lavelle, Ethan Smith, and Sclafani out. Smith taking the face-off. Gets it back to Spencer. Spencer's going to send a shot to the net. Gets knocked away. Goes back to Anderson. Anderson tries to dump it in the corner. They're putting a lot of pressure on. It goes back to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith piling. He's gonna get a penalty. Ethan Smith is gonna get a high. That's a little high hit. So that's gonna. He's got to keep those elbows down. Got to keep your elbows down. All right. Well, that's gonna even the playing ground. He's trying to go hang out with the scorekeeper, get some brownie points or so. I don't know. He was going into the wrong box for a minute. Well, that's going to put us 4-on-4 for. Looks like they have a minute 10 left, so just about the same time. They'll get like 20 seconds. All right, Rattlers get the face-off. Spencer's going to be in the corner. Spencer sends it around the boards to Anderson. Anderson sends it up to, I believe, Lavelle. Lavelle's going to bring it in. He tries to get it centered with a little turnaround pass, just gets intercepted. It's going to go back towards Anderson. Rattlers bringing it into the corner. They send it high around the boards. They send a shot. It goes left of the net. That was good screening there. Anderson with the puck. Anderson, looking for the pass, but he just loses it. Spencer's going to chase it down. He's going to win that race and send it out up to Lavelle. It's going to be Sclafani and Lavelle, I believe, headed to the net. Gets it left of the net. Sclafani's going to pick it up into the corner. He back passes to Lavelle. Lavelle looking for the setup. I thought it's going to go back to Spencer. Spencer sends it back around the corners. That's going to be recovered by the Sin City. Looks like Anderson's going to bring it in. Anderson skating behind the net. Looking for his pass. He's just going to hold on to it. Looking for a passing lane. Taking a lot of pressure there. It's just going to get pinned. That's going to kill, I think, both the penalties. All right. All right, we're back. Both teams back to full strength. Anderson's able to keep it in. Rattlers take a hit. All right, score is still 2-1 in favor of your Sin City Rattlers. We're going to reset here, full strength. 4:52 left of your second period. Let's see if I can get the numbers. At least when they're faced this way, it's a little bit easier. All right, we got Robbins, Cummings, Diaz, Ethan Smith taking the face-off, and Aiden Wood. All right, it's going to go back to Ethan Smith in the corner. Wood is going to go put some pressure on. Goes back to Cummings. He's going to send it forward. Just gets behind Robbins. Robbins going to chase it down. Diaz putting some pressure. Cummings going to pick it up behind the net. He sends it back. Recovered by the Sin City. That's going to be picked up by Robbins again. Robbins gets the pass off. They get it to Wood over to Ethan Smith. Up to Diaz. Diaz trying to avoid some pressure. He does get it centered and gets a shot off, but that's going to be covered by the goalie. A little chipping here in front of the net by number 58 on the Rattlers. All right, we're all back on sides, but Rattlers have the puck. We're going to have quite a big hit, and then they pull Lavelle down along with them. A little word exchange. As Rattlers send it to center ice, we're going to have it picked up by Lavelle. Lavelle's going to send it forward. Rattlers pick it up. They send it across the ice. Let's see, that's going to come back as an icing. All right, again, we're going to reset. Let's see if we have some fresh legs. We do. Sclafani coming out. Glover. And Ethan Smith. Spencer and Anderson still out on defense. Ethan Smith's gonna be taking your center or face off. It's gonna go back to Anderson. Anderson sends it back around the boards. Ethan Smith gonna chase it down. Gonna take some pressure. It's like it's gonna go back to Spencer. Spencer's gonna try to get it to the net. He sends it left of the net. They're able to get it out. Spencer's ready for it. He sends it back over to Smith. Smith is going to bring it in. Just trips himself there. Sclafani on the ice. Radler's going to send it around the boards. They're going to send it over to the boards. That's going to kind of slow roll in because it's going to be picked up by Spencer. Spencer knocks it over to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith tries to get it up to Sclafani. He does. Sclafani putting a lot of pressure on. Sclafani with a backhanded pass. Great effort there by Sclafani, but saved by the goalie. All right, looks like we're gonna have some fresh legs coming out on the ice. We have Aiden Wood, Kyle Diaz, Justin Robbins, Matthew Cummins. I can't see who else is out there. Let's see. All right, Diaz in the corner. Diaz backwards passes it to the net. We get a little spicy in front of the net there. I'm sure they're just saying some nice, friendly, kind words because we're all from Las Vegas, so we should all be friends here. All right, that was a save by the goalie. I believe that shot was by Diaz. All right, we're having some little bit of words there. Lavelle taking the face off. Diaz goes into the corner. That's going to be Robbins. Robbins still chipping away at it. Robbins still chipping away at it. He tries. He's got it. He's going to bring it in. He's got Diaz there. He's going to chase it into the corner. Tries to do a backwards pass to Diaz. They send it around the boards. They chip it forward. It's going to go back towards Cummings. We're going to, again with that setup pass, that's going to be a goal for Sin City Rattlers. Oh, I think we're going to have someone's yelling profanities. I don't know who it would be. I'm sure it's none of our children because they would never say those choice words on the ice. Yeah, I don't know if those of you heard it at home, but it was very clear here in the stands. Let's see. We'll see if he gets a bench penalty for that. I don't know, but that is going to unfortunately bring the goal or the score up to 3-1 in favor of your Sin City Rattlers with 34 seconds left of the second period. Referee having a little conversation with the coaches. I believe that is going to be a penalty. I see their player. I see their player going skating to the box. Coach not so happy about that on the Sin City Rattlers, but like I said, you can't be yelling out profanities in front of all of our fragile ears around here. We don't say those words and we don't hear those words. So lesson learned to the players to keep their language G-rated, I guess we should say. But we'll take it. We'll take the power play for the next minute 30. There's only 34 seconds left of the second period. Looks like Ethan Smith is going to take your face off. Diaz trying to chip away at it. Oh, now we're going to have a tripping penalty on us. So somehow we don't want to play 5-on-4. We want to play 4-on-4 hockey or 5-on-5. We like even things. If we can get the score up to even, that'd be even better too. But we're going to be 4-on-4. We're going to have a tripping penalty there. Clearly was not intentional. That was very just unfortunate. But Lavelle going to the box. All right, looks like we're going to have Justin Robbins, Diaz, Ethan Smith, Matthew Cummins. Rattler's going to knock it into the corner. Diaz throwing a body there. Ethan Smith trying to put some pressure on it. It's going to go back towards Cummins. Rattlers send a shot. It ricochets off Ethan Smith's shoulder there. Ethan Smith throwing a hit there, knocks him off the puck. He's going to send it around the boards. Robbins goes into the corner. He sends it back to Smith. Smith is going to send it around the boards, and that's going to bring us to a buzzer. That finishes our second period. Nothing like having a home team rival game here. All right, we have 14 minutes of your third period remaining. Score is 3-1 in favor of the Sin City Rattlers. It's getting colder by the minute in the rink, so hopefully the Ice Warriors can heat it up. That's all I gotta say. 1 minute, 3 seconds left of our penalty, and 56 seconds left of the Sin City Rattlers penalty. So pretty much even over the next minute. 4-on-4. We got Coach Sean on the bench holding down the fort. So hopefully he's giving them some inspirational words to, I don't know, like put it in the back of the net. That's my inspirational words for the team. Hopefully we can fire up this third period, get some goals on the board. Let's see. All right. Lavelle sadly, so sad to skate into the box. Such a sad face. All right, he's going to sit in the box and cool down for a few minutes for that tripping. Ethan Smith is going to take your face off. We have Aiden Wood out as your other forwards. Spencer and Anderson on defense. All right, Smith gets it back to Anderson. Anderson looking for the pass. He's going to send it over to Spencer. Spencer gets it to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith chases it forward and chases after it. Tries to get it to Aiden Wood. Not able to connect that pass. It's going to go back. It's going to be a race. Spencer's going to get there. Spencer brings it behind the boards. He's going to get it over to Wood. It's going to get back to the Sin City Rattlers. Rattlers get their pass. It's going to be knocked away by Spencer. Goes back towards Ethan Smith and the ref there. Over to Anderson. Anderson sends it around the boards. Tries to get it to Wood. Wood tied up in the corner. Spencer going to put some pressure on. Good. Still loose puck. We got the Rattlers down on the ground. They were chipping away at it, but that's going to be covered by Jackson Burgess. And apparently Spencer's going to the box. Oh, that was an unfortunate call. Spencer going to the box for a cross-check penalty. I think he was trying to push him away from being on top of Burgess there. All right, that's going to be 4-on-3. It's going to be Anderson. I believe Ethan Smith taking the face off. All right, Rattler knocked away by Ethan Smith. Rattlers send it into the boards. We got Wood out there also. Rattlers take it behind the board. Now it's 5-on-4. Anderson, Wood. Oh, knocked away. Good job by I believe that was Anderson that knocked that away. I couldn't quite tell. All right, Lavelle back out on the ice. Rattlers get that pass off. That's going to be saved by Burgess. They've been really good so far at cross-checking. It's okay. Yeah, the Rattlers have been good at setting up that pass. So we gotta keep that covered. All right, another face-off. Justin Robbins out. He knocks it away. Diaz he's gonna pick up speed for a race. Rattlers try to knock it away. It's going to be picked up by Sclafani. Just at his feet. Picked up by Diaz. Diaz knocks it into the corner. Looks like we have Robbins and Anderson out on defense. Rattlers get the pass across ice. Goes back towards Anderson. Knocked away by Robbins. Again knocked away by Robbins. Tries to... Diaz gets around him. Diaz putting some pressure. Diaz knocks away the puck. Knocked away by Sclafani. We're still not able to get it out. 5-on-4 still. They get that cross pass. They send a shot. That's going to go wide of the net. We have a whistle. I think that might have just gone high. $11:29 left of the third period. Score is still 3-1. We're going to reset, I believe, full strength. Where's our other player? There we go. Yes, we are going to be back to full strength for both teams. Let's see who's out there. Diaz, Robbins, Cummins. They hit a quick fire shot. That's going to go right in the net. Robbins is going to knock it around the boards over to Lavelle. Lavelle gets it back to Robbins. Robbins is going to send it wisely cross ice to Diaz. Diaz with a good reverse hit there. Sclafani in the corner. It's going to be chased in and chipped high by Lavelle. Recovered by the Rattlers. It's going to go back into the corner. Robbins is going to pick it up. He's going to send it around to Lavelle, I believe. Lavelle knocks it in. That's probably going to come back as an icing. Yes. All right. We got to make some magic happen here. We got 10 minutes, 51 seconds left. It's going to be our same lineup. Justin Robbins, Matthew Cummins. I believe that's going to be Philip Smith out there. Rattlers get another shot off. Yep, Nico B out there, Philip Smith, and Tate Lavelle is your center. All right, Lavelle taking the face-off. Goes back to Robbins. Robbins sends it out. Not able to get it up. Rattlers go into the corner. Philip Smith putting some pressure on. They get a shot. Blocked by Burgess. We are going to have a penalty for tripping there. That is going to put us on the power play. All right, Sin City Rattlers going to the box. We're going to be on your power play here. Let's see. We got Spencer and Anderson out on defense. Aiden Wood, Tate Lavelle, and Ethan Smith as your forwards. Ethan Smith is going to take your face off. It's going to go back to Anderson. Anderson sends it high. You can tell Wood trying to make sure he doesn't get a high sticking call there. Goes back to Spencer. Spencer's going to quick fire shot. Great shot there. Knocked away by the goalie. Rattlers with the puck. Ethan Smith going to put some pressure on. Wood going to go into the corner. They get it back to Anderson. Anderson. Great shot there. Great shot by Anderson there. That was it kind of ricocheted off the goalie, so there was a rebound opportunity there, but just a real short distance and not able to capitalize on that. But we got some good shots off. Hopefully we can keep that intensity left. We got 1 minute, 4 seconds left of the penalty kill. All right, it's going to go back towards, kind of right in between the defense. It's going to get around Anderson. Spencer's going to be there to pick it up. Spencer brings it behind the net with backwards pass to Anderson. Anderson looking for the pass. Tries to chip it forward. He gets it there. It's going to go over to Wood. Wood's going to bring it in. He's taking on 4. They're going to send it. They're going to send it around the boards. No icing. For some reason, we're going to let the Rattlers pick it up. Spencer putting some pressure on. Ref almost getting in our way there. All right, we're going to come away with it. Looks like, I believe that's Lavelle. Oh, nice shot. Oh, got to be ready for, oh, sorry, that was Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith! Woo! All right, that was a goal. I'm not quite sure who's, I believe that's going to be Ethan Smith's. Was that Ethan's goal? I believe that was Ethan Smith's goal. We got maybe an assist from Lavelle. Good rebound goal there. That's why you always got to keep chipping away at it after. That does, hopefully that lights a little fire. That brings our score to 3-2. Still in favor of your Sin City Rattlers. That's going to end the power play. But hopefully that'll open the Ice Warrior floodgates. All right, we got Diaz taking the face-off. Sclafani out on the ice, as well as Glover. Glover's going to put some pressure on. Rattler's going to get it. Chips off the skate. Rattler's player just knocks his own teammate out of the way. That was great. All right, Ice Warrior's going to send it to neutral ice. All right, it's going to go back. Oh, they're going to have an offsides. All right, same lineup is going to be Sclafani, Diaz taking your face off. I believe that's Glover out. Looks like Robbins and Cummins. Sclafani with the puck gets it back to Cummins. We're going to try to reset. Hopefully he gets rid of it. It's going to send it around the boards over. Diaz tries to get there. Diaz just loses it kind of in the air. That's going to be offsides. Kind of bounced in the air and couldn't quite figure out where it went. All right, Diaz going to take your face off again. He knocks it in. All right, it's going to go back towards Cummings. He put some good pressure on. It's going to go back over to Robbins. Robbins knocks it behind the net. Cummins going to try to chase it down. They try to get it out. They do. Looks like Glover's going to be there to pick it up. Still battling. Rattlers take it away. Good stick by Diaz there. Diaz trying to keep it in. He does. Over to Glover. Glover just gets a little stick in there. Rattler's going to come around the nets. They get a little tripped up. Glover putting a lot of pressure there. It's going to go back towards Robbins. Robin very smoothly takes that puck. Diaz, great 5-hole shot there. Woo! I don't want to yell in all of your ear, but that was exciting. So Diaz with a great 5-hole. Good job, Diaz. That's going to bring a score up to the 3-3 in the third period. So 7:37 left of the third period. All right, we like this change in dynamics here. Hopefully we can keep this fire going. Oh, quick line change. We do have Tate Lavelle taking the face off. Philip Smith in the corner putting some pressure on. Anderson and Spencer on defense. Oh, it just gets around Anderson. Spencer putting some pressure, knocked away by Burgess there. That's going to be tied up by Spencer. At Spencer's feet, I think he's lost his stick, but he's trying to play some kicking around. Rattlers get a shot. It goes left of the net. Looks like we're all kind of tangled up. Anderson trying to put some pressure in. They send it back around the board. Spencer's going to go in. Looks like Lavelle's going to help. Oh my gosh. What a shot. Everyone was kind of battling down at the puck. The puck kind of got knocked away a bit and rebounded by the Rattlers to just do a bar down right over Burgess's head. Nothing you can do there. Unfortunately, that brings your Sin City Rattlers up 4-3. So Way to keep this game exciting. All right, looks like we have Aiden Wood out, Ethan Smith, Spencer and Anderson. They're going to have an offsides. Who else we got out there? Is that Lavelle? Tate Lavelle out as well. All right, we're going to reset. Ethan Smith taking your face off. All right, just gets around Smith. It's going to go back towards Anderson. Spencer knocks it away. Spencer with the puck sends it high. Oh, a bouncing puck. Well, there, that was like a little Sin City Rattler sandwich over there. Hopefully we don't get distracted. The Rattler's going to send it behind the net. They're going to pass it around. Just gets mishandled out to neutral ice. That pass is going to be knocked over to Lavelle. It's going to be knocked in by Wood. Smith is going to go into the corner. Ethan Smith. They try to get it out. We get a little bit of a stick in there. Lavelle putting a lot of pressure on. Lavelle going into the corner. We're going to have a big hit. Unfortunately, we're getting a little spicy out here. What? Why are we... All right, Spencer, probably going to get a misconduct. All right, we got Lavelle and Spencer in the box. We're going to... All right, looks like Spencer's going to be ejected.
Where's the other side?
That's going to... So he's got Spencer ejected from the game, so I'm guessing that is going to be also a game suspension, usually is what that means. We got Lavelle in the box. I'm also gonna guess that's gonna be a 10 and the 2. I don't know if they're gonna send one of the looks like also one of the Sin City Rattlers go into the box. All right, well, it's always frustrating to see these type of situations. All right, we're gonna have some coach referee conversations here. Let's see what they say. Unfortunately, at this rink, they haven't made any announcements, so. Looks like trying to reset. We'll see. All right, we got Aiden Wood out, Ethan Smith. I don't know, he like went, I don't know if he went like this, like, I don't know. All right, so we are going to be serving a 10 and a 2. So we're going to be, I think that still puts us 5 and 5 for as far as play, because they're also out on a 2-minute penalty. So Lavelle is going to be in the box for 10 minutes. So that's the remainder of the game. We have 5 minutes, 59 seconds. Score is 4-3. So our short bench just got significantly shorter. So that hurts. So they're gonna play some music to ease the mood, I guess. All right, we're gonna have Glover out, Ethan Smith, Anderson, and Aiden Wood. All right, it's gonna be knocked away by Smith. It goes right to the net. That's gonna be covered by Burgess. All right, Ethan Smith with the face-off again. Goes back to defense. Rattlers send it, gets knocked. Ooh. Looks like Glover took a strong shot there, kind of shaking off his leg. We do have a whistle. I think it was offsides. All right, Ethan Smith taking the face off. All right, Wood sends it into around the boards. All right, Smith with a hit there. Has the puck at his feet, kind of battling with the 4 Rattlers there. Rattlers come away with it. We're gonna have another penalty. They're getting real spicy on here. All right, we're gonna have another penalty for. Man, you can tell these refs are like, "Come on, kids, get it together." All right. Well, that's gonna put the. That was the Rattlers. The Rattlers are going to the box for that one. Looks like maybe. I'm not sure what that call is going to be. The call where they put their hands on their hips, and now he is chirping the Rattlers player, kind of chirping at the ref from the penalty box. Never a good look. So you think at this age, at 18U level, they would kind of know that that's not a good plan. But no, we're still trying to figure it out. Some of us. So. All right, that's going to bring, I don't know, I'm waiting for them to figure out, put up their penalty. I don't know if that's going to be a 10 and a 2 or a, one ref is over talking to the bench for the Rattlers over there. And, gentleman is off, so I don't know if he's being ejected or if that's just coincidental for time. If he got a 2 and a 10, they could potentially send him off of the ice also. So, all right, well, so far we have 2 players ejected, one from each team, and 5 minutes, 16 seconds left. We are going to be playing short. Well, we were playing short for, it's like 4 minutes, 18 seconds left of our penalty for that ejection, and then, but the refs are over talking to the Rattlers ref to determine what type of consequence is going to come along with these actions. So we'll see. I mean, the refs, they look like they're just about done with it. I don't blame them. I think we're also kind of done with it. It seems a little ridiculous. All right, so. Looks like they did put a 3-minute penalty up on the clock as of now. We'll see if that holds true or not. Yeah, we're waiting to find out what they had. Another penalty over here, and then that was mine. I don't know if he like put his hand up in the. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. All right. Looks like we're still. They're playing like musical skaters here going to the bench, so we're gonna find out. I'm guessing that they are. Let's see. They're gonna put that up as a penalty on number 51 on the Rattlers, but I'm not sure. They're still kind of communicating. I can't tell exactly what the call is, but I did. Looks like the scorekeeper is also needing quite a bit of clarification. Basically, I think the ref is over it, and he's like, these kids better get themselves together. We're here to play hockey, not spend time in the box together. All right. Justin Robbins is going to chase it down. We got Lavelle. We are gonna have a whistle. Maybe icing, maybe tripping. All right, I believe that's all right. I don't see anyone skating in the box, so we're gonna call that icing. I know. Oh, not a fan of those situations. All right, looks like Ethan Smith's gonna take your face off again. Anderson and Glover on the ice, as well as Lavelle. All right, the Rattlers send a high puck all the way across ice, goes on net, knocked away by Burgess. Robbins going to battle in the corner, or I'm sorry, Glover going to battle in the corner. Tries to get it out, but they get a shot off. Oh, good job by Anderson there. All right, Rattlers trying to reset. We have just a power train drive from Smith. That's going to be a shot by Lavelle. Knocked away by the goalie. Goes high into the big net. So we're going to have a whistle there to reset. 4:28 left of the third period. All right, Kyle Diaz taking your face off. Sclafani going into the corner. All right, Diaz is going to chase it down. We have Robbins and Cummins on defense. Sclafani's going to go into the corner. Diaz taking a little trip on himself there. Sclafani battling. Robbins tries to get it out. Just loses it. Cummins is going to chase it down. Rattlers are going to come away with it. They knock it into the corner. We have like almost a wrestling match here. All right, we got that controlled. Justin Robbins going to skate it in. Hopefully everyone's distracted enough where we can just bury another goal. Robbins tries to send himself into the net there. All right, Rattlers going to bring it into our defensive zone. They get a shot. Oh, nice exit. We are going to have another penalty. I didn't quite see that one. They're going to call that on. They're going to call slashing on Sclafani. Everyone's getting a penalty now. You can rest assured these refs are. All right, the ref's like, oh, these kids. Okay. That's going to put your Ice Warriors on a 4-on-3. Looks like they have 1:15 left of their penalty. We have 2 minutes 30 seconds left of ours and 3 minutes 30 of the entire third period. Can't come quick enough. All right. Looks like Lavelle's going to go into the corner. Rattlers send it around. They're gonna take a shot. That's going to be a great save by Burgess. All right, score is still 4-3. All right, Anderson's going to go into the corner. We got 3 players out there, Robbins, Lavelle, and Anderson. All right, Rattlers, they get a pass. Rattlers send it around. They get it out to neutral ice. All right, they're going to do some fancy passing there. It's going to go back towards Anderson. They do a backwards pass, picked up by the Rattlers, knocked away by Lavelle. Robbins is going to send it forward. Lavelle's going to bring it in. They're going to catch up to him. He's going to fire a shot. It's going to be knocked away by the goalie. It's going to go towards Robbins. Robbins tries to get a stick. Anderson skates behind the net. All right, Rattlers have it behind the net. They get a quick shot off with that pass, but blocked by Burgess. Lavelle's going to do a hit. They are going to be Rattler's going to go to full strength. Anderson's going to send it all the way across ice. Rattler's going to pick it up. Anderson's going to go around the boards. We're going to be... Oh, great save by Burgess there. Sclafani came out on the ice. All right, looks like 1 minute, 53 seconds left. 55 seconds left of our penalty, so... All right, looks like we got Glover coming out. Wood, Anderson, Ethan Smith, I believe. They're going to fire a shot. It goes right in the net. All right, it's going to be with Glover in front of the net. That's going to be covered up by Burgess. All right, Ethan Smith is going to chase it down. They try to fire a shot. Goes right into the ref. All right, that's... Ooh. It goes right into Anderson. They're going to get another goal. Just gets knocked up by... all right, Rattler's going to capitalize on the remainder of that penalty. That's going to bring the score up 5-3 in favor of your Sin City Rattlers. All right, Smith goes back to Glover. Smith able to knock it out. They're going to wave off icing. Rattler's going to come away with it. All right, Glover putting some pressure on there. It's going to be covered up by Burgess. 1 minute, 2 seconds left. All right, that just gets around Anderson. Glover trying to knock it away. He does. Smith is going to try to get his stick in there. Glover takes a puck. He's down. Oh, he pops right back up. Puck was kind of right underneath him. Someone is... I don't know who was having more foul words. I don't know who that was yelling, but apparently we need to pause the clock. So I think he's probably just trying to get this game over with, because honestly, that's what I might do. So 35 seconds left of the third period. Score is 5-3. Kyle Diaz out there. Let's see who else is out. Sclafani. Philip Smith out there. Philip's going to chase it down. Sclafani's going to try to put some pressure. Got a big hit in the corner. Philip Smith in the corner battling for it. Sclafani's going to come with him. Goes back to Matthew Cummins, he gets a shot off. Looks like Philip Smith again battling. They send it around the boards. Diaz out on the ice too. Sclafani's going to throw a hit. Sclafani tries to keep it there. It's just at his feet. Rattlers come away with it. Philip Smith putting some pressure. They're going to send it to neutral ice. We're going to have a few more seconds. They're going to let the clock run down. Kicked away by Burgess. All right, that's going to be the end of an exciting and then ending frustrating game. So that's going to be 5-3 is going to be your, and now we're, all right, 5-3. All right. All right. I know. Ref wisely giving a warning to the handshake line to keep it under control. All right. Well, that's going to finish our game. We'll see you again. Do you know what time our next game is? Is it 7:45? We're looking. I can't reach my phone. I think it's 7:45. 7:45. 8:15. Oh, today? Oh, okay. I'm way off. All right. So 8:15 Mountain Time. So that's gonna be 7:15 Las Vegas time. So we'll see you then. We'll see how our evening game goes. So hopefully they get some rest. Maybe, I don't know, regroup.